Welcome back. So I have a very small stack of photos I received recently. This was one of them was purchased at auction from RMY, and the other three were actually eBay purchases. Um, we have a mix of both Type 3 and Type 1 images. So let's just jump right in, and we're going to go chronologically in reverse, starting in 1975. And this is Monty Irving, Hank Greenberg, there celebrating Ralph Kiner being elected in his final year on the ballot, final year of eligibility to the Hall of Fame. So you may recall, Kiner and Greenberg were the best of friends, and so it's great seeing the two of them being able to enjoy this moment as Kiner finally got his due and his election to the Hall of Fame. So again, 1975, Kiner's election. Now we're going to go back 25 years. Obviously, you have Greenberg, Bob Lemon, and Ellis Ryan in this photo. This is spring training 1950 with Greenberg as the GM. Ellis Ryan was the president of the club, and Bob Lemon was holding out for quite some time and finally joined the club, which is probably why they are all smiling. Interesting that the president has a different uniform than Greenberg or Bob Lemon. I don't know if he just didn't have another one. But just an interesting photo of a happy Hank during his GM days. We go back 5 more years. This photo was taken this photo was taken on July 16th, 1945. So only weeks after Greenberg's return from the service to the Tigers. This was actually posted on eBay as a Type 3. I took a look at it. They didn't show the back. I took a look at it. Both how the clarity of the image, the type of paper that it's on, how it's printed, the fact that there's no copy attached to the front anywhere or as part of the general piece of paper, and that there was residue on the back, or there seemed to be residue of a brown paper possibly being on there at some point, mainly in this lower spot here. So I kind of thought that it was a Type 1. It was priced very well either way, especially Type 1. So I took a chance, and when it came in, sure enough, it's actually a Type 1. So I just thought this was an interesting photo of Greenberg not long after he gets back into baseball. I don't know why the other player has his leg on Greenberg's leg, but whatever. And just kind of with Greenberg just, I guess, kind of relaxing and getting back to quote unquote normal. So interesting image there. And the last one we have is an incredibly important image. This one I got from RMY. It was not particularly cheap. But this image was taken on, and I make sure I get the information correct on this. The image was taken in May 6th, I believe, 1941. And this shows Hank after playing his last game of the season before going into the Army. So taking a look at his uniform one last time before entering the unknown. Um, Greenberg, as well as many other players, going into the service, it's not just, do you know if you'll survive the war, but you don't know if you're going to be able to play after. You don't know if you're going to be the same person, if your skills will still be there once you return. For a lot of players, their skills came back. For a lot of players, their skills never did. Greenberg was lucky in that he picked up where he left off, and Greenberg did it at a level seldom seen. I mean, Ted Williams is probably the one comparable in that regard, of coming out of the service, going back on the diamond, and just terrorizing baseball all over again. But you look at this image, and you look at the posture, you look at the expression, look at the fact that he's kind of looking at his number, at his uniform, and you can almost hear those thoughts, which I just went over, kind of going through his mind, and you still wonder kind of what else he might be thinking of. So a really just amazing image of Greenberg immediately after playing his final game of the season, his final game for the next 4.5 years before he came back to baseball. So not a huge mail day, not a lot of pieces, but a huge mail day in the stories that these images tell. Just look at the expression that's and the posture and the demeanor that's expressed in the image on the left right before entering the service versus getting back into baseball and immediately having an impact on his team, which you could see clearly on the right. It really is a fascinating combination, and I'm very happy to add these to the Greenberg collection and all the photos that I do have. So that's what I got for you this time around. Until next time, please remember to collect what you enjoy what you collect, and don't let anybody, especially the market or a YouTuber, dictate that to you. And most importantly, have fun. And have fun by being active in this community. So find your way of participating. Whether it's making videos, watching and commenting, going to live streams, group chats, going to your LCS or local card show, or simply talking about the hobby with family and friends. The more you put into it, the more you'll get out of it. The more you'll learn, the more your PC will grow, the more people you'll meet, and the more fantastic friendships you'll form. So I thank you very much for joining me. Hope to see you again. Have a good one, and bye for now.